Hello geometry class, welcome back. Today we are talking about angles formed by transversals. First, what is a transversal? A transversal is a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines at different points. Remember, coplanar means on the same plane. In the diagram below, so here, which line is a transversal? So we have two lines here. N is coming through and intersecting. So N is our transversal. So when this happens, there are a bunch of different angles that are formed. There's three that we already know. So let's talk about those first. Vertical angles. We know vertical angles are formed by intersecting lines and they are not adjacent. So one example would be angle A and angle C. There's a bunch of other examples, that's just one. The next one is adjacent. Remember, adjacent angles share a vertex and a side. They're like next to each other, so we could say angle A and angle D. And the last one that we've already talked about is supplementary. Remember, supplementary means they add to 180, so they would form a straight angle. So that would be angle C and angle B. That's again just one example. There's a few examples of each of these. So those are ones we already know. Now let's talk about the new types of angles. The first one is called corresponding angles. I'm going to abbreviate that CA. These are two angles that occupy the same spot on two angle clusters. So if you look up here, we have two angle clusters, here and here. So let's look at A. Angle A is in the top right of the top cluster. So which angle is in the top right in the bottom cluster? That would be angle E. Again, that's just one example. We could also say angle D is in the top left. That is corresponding to angle H. Next one we have is alternate interior angles. I'm going to abbreviate that AIA. These are two angles that lie between the two lines on opposite sides of the transversal. So this is the interior. It's in between lines L and M. And then out here on the top and bottom we have the exterior. So alternate interior angles. We're talking about inside the two lines and on either side of our transversal. So we could say angle C, and then we need an angle from the other cluster, so we could say angle E or B and H. Those are both examples of alternate interior angles. The next one are alternate exterior. So now we're talking about the exterior and again on opposite sides of the transversal. So let's just grab angle D. So that's up here. So then we need an angle from the other cluster on the opposite side of the transversal. So that would be angle F. We could also say angle A and G there. Next we have same side interior angles. These are two angles that lie between the two lines, so we're talking in between the two lines again, and on the same side of the transversal. So if we look up here, interior, let's just grab angle C. So now we need on the inside and same side of the transversal, that would be C and H. So C and H would be an example of same side interior, and then we would also have B and E. And the last one, you guessed it, same side exterior angles. So now we're looking on the exterior on the same side of our transversal, so we could say A and F or D and G. In the next video, we will talk about how these angle measures are related. For now, I just want you to be able to identify these types of angles.